former Olympic champion, just one of the big names in here. There's one or two new ones to kind of look out for. We'll point them out. Aaron Brown, very experienced Canadian on the outside. Was at the World Relays with De Grasse. Lots of guys went there to help the teams qualify for the World Championships later this year. Those World Relays were in China. Kenny Bednarek, though, will be concentrating on Grand Slam, and why not? And he's been running quick, 19.84 in Miami in this event. Has won it both times. Can Hughes get on terms? He ran in Atlanta recently in a straight 200 meters where he ran 19.55 with a very slight following wind. As his slide just slightly over the limit, but that just shows where he's at the moment. De Grasse will be trying to hang on to the two of them round that bend. He's in lane 5. Decent lane draw for him. The 21-year-old Jamaican Brian Lavelle, only once under 20 seconds, but that's a great thing to do. His next best after that is 20.34, so he kind of wants to get more consistent in that low 22nd mark, the young Jamaican. On with Zarike, and is in lane 3. You mentioned this tricky 3 inside lanes here. Around the 100 in those games in Atlanta, got beat by Sambine, and everyone's been getting beat by Sambine this year. Christian Coleman, like you, Anson, saw him yesterday practicing at the start out of lane 2, just trying to get familiar with this. 100 meters, of course, by far his best event, but he's a no slouch at 200 on his day. And then Christian Miller, 19-year-old, just a couple of weeks ago. He actually beat Christian Coleman in Tokyo in the Grand Prix just recently, over 100 meters. And it'll be interesting to see how he goes at the longer sprint here. He's not known as much at the 200. So Brown on the outside. Kenny's in 7. Hughes is in 6. De Grasse is in 5. Anyone else going to get involved? What about Christian Coleman all the way in lane 2?
I'm thinking all Kenny right now, man. What's he going to do? And Zarnel, is he going to show that he's got something?
Might just have a breeze on the back of the athletes down the home straight. Could work for them.
Set.
There's a little twist from Hughes, but he got away, but Kenny's got away strongly as well. And in fact, Kenny Bednarek has taken a meter out of Zarnel. Hughes round the top bend. Aaron Brown has had to watch him glide past him. Look at Coleman in lane 2. He has come to the races here. Can he maintain? No, no, no. Here goes Kenny, away and gone. Kenny wins it, 1993. Another great performance. It's just been taken to 1995. Daylight. In fact, almost a week between him and the rest. Never mind a day. It was
He said a week.
So far ahead of everybody.
1995 on this track is absolutely ridiculous, man. Like I said, I saw him do those turns yesterday effortlessly, making up the stagger on Aaron Brown within the first 20 or 30 meters, which is a testament to the speed around the turn, because Aaron Brown is actually a really good turn runner. So I know Hughes did what he could. You know, he saw him for the entire race, literally. Was behind him and saw him for the entire race, but did what he could. Kenny got him straight away, and just no one's going to catch him by that point.
So try and explain this, because Hughes is running very, very well, but he's half a second behind.
The men's 200 meters at the Grand Slam meet delivered another standout moment in the 2024 season, and at the center of it all was Kenny Bednarek. Known for his raw speed and consistency, Bednarek continued to cement his reputation as one of the top sprinters in the world, clocking an impressive 19.95 seconds in a performance that left the field trailing far behind. From the moment the athletes lined up, there was an intriguing mix of veterans and emerging talent. Canadian Aaron Brown, a seasoned performer who helped his country qualify at the World Relays, took the outermost lane. Zarnel Hughes of Great Britain, recently clocking a windy 19.55 in Atlanta, occupied lane 6. Meanwhile, Olympic champion Andre De Grasse returned to action in lane 5, aiming to keep up with the younger stars. But it was Bednarek in lane 7 who stole the spotlight. Entering this race, already twice a winner in this season's Grand Slam circuit, and boasting a best of 19.84 in Miami. Further inside, young Jamaican Brian Lavelle lined up in lane 4, still trying to break into the sub-20-second ranks more consistently. In lane 3 was another Jamaican talent, with Christian Coleman, a 100m specialist known for his electric starts, surprisingly placed in lane 2. The lineup was completed by 19-year-old Christian Miller, who recently beat Coleman in the 100m in Tokyo and was taking on the 200m here. When the gun went off, it was Bednarek who quickly surged ahead. Even as early as the first 30 meters, he had already begun making up the stagger on Aaron Brown, a notoriously strong curve runner. That alone signaled something extraordinary was unfolding. While Hughes did his best to keep close, and Coleman looked surprisingly sharp out of lane 2, no one could keep pace with Bednarek. By the time they came off the curve, Bednarek was clearly in control and accelerated down the straight with unmatched ease. What followed was a clinic in sprinting. Bednarek crossed the line in 19.95, winning by more than half a second, a margin that is enormous at this level of competition. Hughes, despite a strong showing, never had a real chance to challenge. As one commentator put it, he didn't beat them by daylight. He beat them by a week. Splits showed Bednarek's opening 100 meters was 10.33, with the final 100 covered in 9.62 seconds. While not his fastest overall time, it was more than enough given the breezy headwind conditions. What stood out even more than the time was how effortless it looked, an ominous sign for his future competitors. Bednarek's dominance raises big questions for the rest of the season. With top names like Noah Lyles and Letzel Tebogo either yet to join the Grand Slam or currently sidelined, Bednarek has positioned himself as the man to beat. He looks poised, confident, and, most importantly, fresh. Analysts believe he may be conserving energy for the 100m showdown scheduled for the following day, which could pit him directly against Christian Coleman again. While Coleman is known as one of the best starters in the game, Bednarek's ability to lead, even in the opening stages of the 100m, suggests that he's on another level right now. Looking forward, the big question is whether Lyles will step into the Grand Slam series in Los Angeles for a blockbuster clash. Fans are eager for a showdown between the reigning world champion and Bednarek, who seems to be peaking at just the right time. With the World Championships looming on the horizon, this season's sprinting narrative is heating up, and Bednarek is currently riding the headlines. For now, though, his 19.95 win is a testament to where he stands, not just as a contender, but as the clear frontrunner in the men's 200 meters. And if this form continues, we may be looking at the rise of a new dominant force in global sprinting.